This brings us to last night's election. Unfortunately, the results really did not, in spite of what some people are trying to claim, it did not indicate much about the overall direction of the country.
Look, last night was a disaster. It was an electoral blowout. That is really, really dangerous. The left showed up in big numbers last night, and common sense conservatives did not. If that happens a year from now, we face disaster in the midterms.
All right, this is funny and fascinating. In a previous video, I showed you how MAGA Fox News hosts, including Sean Hannity, were freaking the hell out during Tuesday's blue wave election. Well, now Hannity is trying desperately to spin it. Actually, we expected to lose. It's really not that big of a deal. Everybody needs to relax. Except he goes on to interview Republican Senator Ted Cruz, who is panicking and shuts down Hannity's bullshit, saying, no, this is a big deal and Trump needs to be worried. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, I want to show you some cope from Sean Hannity in the aftermath of Tuesday's blue wave, and then we'll get to the interview with Ted Cruz, which followed very shortly after.
And in New Jersey, the gubernatorial race remains neck and neck. Right now, every result was entirely predictable. 3 blue states that President Trump himself lost all 3 times he ran for president, they still voted for Democrats.
So you see what he did? Before the election, hey, these races are neck and neck. They're winnable. They're gettable. Maybe not New York City, but, I mean, come on, New Jersey, that's neck and neck. We got a good Trump-endorsed candidate. Neck and neck. Afterwards, a day after he managed to calm down, probably after Trump was like, listen, we need you to do some serious PR crisis management here. Afterwards, he's like, entirely predictable. No big deal. Again, some more cope just to really set the stage for when Ted Cruz joins and goes, no, this is a big fucking deal. One more cope clip from Sean Hannity.
But this brings us to last night's election. Unfortunately, the results really did not, in spite of what some people are trying to claim, it did not indicate much about the overall direction of the country. Let me say it differently. Every result was entirely predictable. 3 blue states that President Trump himself lost all 3 times he ran for president.
This tells us nothing. Tells us nothing. Not a big deal. Everybody expected this. I mean, except me. The day before the election, I was thinking, it's neck and neck and gettable. But okay, but if you ignore that, like, again, anyone who tells you otherwise is insane. People are just trying to gas this up. Well, Sean Hannity, let me introduce you to MAGA Senator Ted Cruz, who has a very different point of view about last night's elections, or rather Tuesday's elections. He's freaking out.